Today's Sourdough Sunday. Today I'm making sourdough Halloween donuts. First in a bowl I'm going to add 125 grams of active starter. Then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. Next I'm going to add 1/4 cup of sugar. Then add 280 grams of warm filtered water. Next mix that up. Then add 475 grams of unbleached bread flour. Next mix that up until the dough forms. Then cover this up and let it rest for 30 minutes. Next, I'm going to do my first round of 3 rounds of stretch and fold, which just means I'm going to lift up the dough and then place it on itself and do it all the way around the bowl and then cover the dough back up and let it rest for 30 minutes in between each round. Now I'm doing my last round of stretch and fold and then I'm going to cover the dough back up and let this rise for 10 hours. After the 10 hours, I added the dough onto a floured counter. I'm just going to roll it into a ball. Next, I'm going to cut the dough ball into 6 pieces. Then I'm going to take one of the pieces of dough and cut it into 6 pieces to make some mini donuts as well. Next I'm going to roll the little donuts. Next I'm going to roll out the bigger pieces of dough and then once I get it into a circle shape I'm going to poke a hole to make the center of the donut. Next I have a fry pan with some vegetable oil in it on medium-high heat and first I'm going to add the mini donuts and let these cook for a few minutes on the first side. After a few minutes, I'm going to flip over the donuts and let them cook on the other side. Once the donuts are done, I'm going to add on a lined cookie sheet with some paper towel to let the excess grease dry off, and then I'm going to continue cooking the rest of the donuts. Next, I'm going to make the glaze, so in a bowl I have 1½ cups of powdered sugar, then I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of heavy cream and mix that up until it's combined. Now that the glaze and the donuts are done, I'm going to dip each donut into the glaze on both sides and then put it back on the cookie sheet. Lastly, I'm going to sprinkle some Halloween sprinkles on top. Here's an up-close look of the Halloween donuts.